Good evening. It's Thursday night again, and welcome back to Aftermarket. I'm JB, and I'm with.
Barrington Miller.
Thanks for coming back. Thanks for watching. If this is your first time, we've got a great show planned for you tonight. Right after the beat.
Do you know my name?
Well, we're here in September, and it's another beautiful day in northern Toronto, I guess, where I live. And Barrington, you're in. For the people who need to know, you're in.
I'm on the west side.
West side.
West side.
West side is often the best side.
It is, and I am no longer broadcasting from the second floor of my house. I am now in the basement, so a little more room, a little brighter lighting, and it's good. I mean, this is where we are. WFH.
Working from home, and working from the basement. That's where I'm hanging out. Thanks again for watching. If this is, like I mentioned, your first time, welcome to Aftermarket. And if you've come back, we're glad you came back. Want to give out some shout outs because a couple episodes we did this, and I really do appreciate everyone who's taken the time to comment on our YouTube page or LinkedIn, whatever. But I want to hit up ENT, Helen B. Helen B, the best a man can get. Just inside joke right there. I want to tell Will B, thank you for watching. You may come on one of these days. And Jessica T. Actually, sorry, I got that bad. Jessica M. This is my mistake, but we'll leave that one in. So, anyways, Barrington, anyone else you want to give shout outs to? Because without the community supporting the show, whom we're really starting this all out for, there's no reason to do it. I mean, I think a big reason we started the show about a month ago was to continue to try to connect to our community out there in the business world that we don't get a chance to sit down with anymore because of prevailing conditions.
You know what? I was talking with our West Coast colleague Anna Sarin, and it's different now because your work colleagues have become friends, and your friends are work colleagues, and you're not having that same interaction. And so, you know what? I have different groups, and there are people that I'll just send WhatsApp messages to. Hey, I got this topic, and I'm sure it'll come up later about somebody wearing a Jamaican flag. Hey, what do you think? What do you think? Let me know. Let's talk. And they give me their opinions. And there's also a few people that just send stuff in randomly, or we'll just call, say, hey, I checked out the show. I like it. You guys are doing a good job. Keep it up. What's also very cool is there's a group that's taken up on our offer of sending us stuff.
Yes, we made an offer. If you send us clothing of any form or fashion, we will wear it on this program. I promise you.
And so somebody jumped on. So I don't know if you can see these logos.
Yes.
We're just we're doing it. And
well, it's not just a shirt though.
I'm just gonna pause because I'm really thirsty.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh geez. Make sure this right.
Oh, that's so good.
That is really good. It's good because it's in this mug that says MMP, by the way.
But yeah, you know what? That's they are a representative of some of the relationships that we have built professionally and personally. So it's a good opportunity, and this is fun. At the end of the day, we got to talk some business. We got to talk some lazy headlines, and basically we just get to talk.
Yeah. So, and again, hit us in the messages below. Give us a like if you're into this. We haven't gotten a dislike yet, so either the world is lying to us, or you guys have been digging it. So that's awesome. If you got here by accident, because this is hosted on CSE TV, we host a lot of content here. We host stuff with our clients, on #finance. That's our podcast. You're more than welcome to check that out. I'll put a link above if you got here by accident. Newly Listed. That's another great show. I know you, Barrington, you sometimes host, and Neil Mall, one of our colleagues, is a regular host of that. And
he does an excellent job. I
Goes without saying, but yes,
highly recommend checking it out.
Yeah. So if you're into like shorter form, 5 to 8 minutes, learning about new companies, it's a quick piece of goodness that we have here on CSE TV. We're also on IGTV, but we'll just promote those two shows tonight because it's important. We either this is a gateway to new content, or you can just hang out with us tonight, and we got a lot of great stuff to talk about. So thanks again. We really appreciate it. And that being said, I do want to address the fact that it's almost Labor Day. And in my neighborhood, a very disconcerting thing occurred while I was driving past Upper Canada Mall, which could be any mall in Canada. It's very nondescript. It's got the same anchor stores as any other mall basically in Canada. And one day we'll talk about what's going to happen to malls in the next 5 years. But it was it was a bit disconcerting to see that one of the anchor stores had been converted from a fast fashion, low cost fashion outfitter into a Spirit of Halloween. And
Why?
Well,
Why?
there's a couple of factors here that why? First of all, we're taping this on September 2nd. It's before Labor Day. Halloween. It's like might as well be 2 years from now. But I'm a little concerned. I know there's startup time and everything, but is anyone buying a costume? Early September, August when I saw this.
No one's buying a costume. Although I did see somebody get creative and make a Karen mask. So that was funny. No,
I was supposed to go to the effort of like growing a Karen haircut. I don't know.
I was.
I gotta put that up on the video, by the way.
I was in Costco, and you know what? I remember when my kids were younger, and you have that reflex. It's like, oh, see a Halloween costume. I better get one or two, and hopefully they want to be that for Halloween because there won't be any left in October. But no, man, no Halloween. Yeah, that's going to be done virtually.
I tell you what's a little. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. No, I was going to say the $1 million idea, virtual trick or treating. So you set up some houses on a map. Please don't make it real. Kids go around. They get candy. If they collect enough candy, they can go and redeem it for points.
So you get virtual candy that you redeem it for points, and then what do you get with your points?
You get the points. They convert to real candy, and that candy will get delivered. Of course, you have to be over 18 to sign and make sure your parents know and all of that stuff. But your parents or your guardians or whomever would be checking your candy anyways. So
wait, so if you're one of those creepy kids that's just a few years too old to be trick-or-treating that shows up at like 8:30, this is perfect for you. This is your dream.
This is your dream.
This is you, as opposed to my 5-year-old who's going to be completely devastated because he can't walk around his own neighborhood and asking for candy.
Yeah.
Oh, that got sad real quick. Speaking of sad, Spirit of Halloween, it often occurs in venues where there's obviously been some sort of like lapsed payment to rent.
It is the pure definition of a pop-up store. Like it's
a market death, whatever was there before.
And then you show up on Saturday morning, it's fully staffed. There's cobwebs and ghouls hanging out. It's like, what? How did
November 1st, it's a ghost town. It's gone. It's like the carnival. It just packs up and leaves.
Yeah, Santa's village. Santa's ornament comes in. Oh, are we becoming so cynical? Jeez.
Sorry, I'm crying of laughter, not sadness. It's going to be a great Halloween.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, God. Okay. Don't wear...
Do you know what? Actually, sorry, I'm not leaving Halloween. If they don't even call it Halloween, I don't think in schools. It's like Black and Orange Day or Orange Day or Candy Day. I don't even know what they call it anymore. So I was a little bummed out when they started changing the name and just calling it Halloween because that's what I knew it as.
Don't wear white after Labor Day. Don't promote Halloween before Labor Day, and no Christmas until after Remembrance Day. Okay, on a serious note.
So we can't wear white next week.
Well, we're wearing black today, and it's looking pretty good on us, I'd say. So
I think this might be a repeat. This might be a repeat shirt.
You know what? I'm wearing it until someone sends me something different.
The brokini offer is still out there. It's
Hey
still
guys, you listening? We got a pretty good. We leaned in on your YouTube search ranking there. That was such a soft flex. I don't even want to go further.
don't even.
Okay. Speaking of retail, so in legitimate business news this week, Walmart announced a $98, I assume a year subscription service, which would allow you to get, I guess, fast delivery and I don't know what
Faster
else.
delivery, discount off of gas. I think it's 4 or 5 cents.
Right.
You're able to scan items and or pay for items using your phone. Is it a good idea, James?
I mean, how many more things do I have to subscribe to be honest? I'm also not getting movies and, Jack Ryan and things like that, like I get on Amazon Prime. Uh, Shout out Parks and Recreation. Man, what a good show. If you have been trying to feel good about life, watch that show. You'll laugh and you might even cry once in a while. But yes, no movies on the channel, no Whole Foods if you're in the US. I don't know if Canada has that connection just yet, but yeah, you're really gonna have to bend my arm here. Here's the thing: do you go to Walmart, Barrington? Do you actually go into the physical Walmart now to get stuff? Like, is this
I have, and it's
uh,
becoming more rare, or just rarer.
I find most of the stuff I would get at Walmart, I just buy now on Amazon Prime, which I am a subscriber, and which I think they've earned that money for me. And I mean, like, think of it in reverse terms. What would Amazon, the store, look like? It would be a complete disaster, would it not?
It's I mean, they have the pop-up stores. I've been to, I think I went to the one in Chicago.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
What were they selling other than Kindles and
they had
top selling books?
they had everything, but it was just like
Right?
one little shelf of, you could buy sandwiches, and then another shelf you could buy drinks, and then you could buy pencils, and
Stuff
then
you can't even buy on Amazon.
just
That doesn't make
just
sense.
yeah. But you just, everything's with your phone. You want to get in, you got to scan and show your ID. You want to
Oh, is this one where
buy
you can just grab stuff and then like walk out and you feel like you're
yeah, you
shoplifting?
scan it and it
That's
pops
amazing.
up, and it's, everything was just, it was the ultimate touchless. You're only
Wow.
touching when you're, yeah, I liked it. My biggest problem was the store was just a little bit bigger than my closet. So
Yeah,
uh,
it's just it's so they're just demonstrating. So what I'm saying is
yeah,
like if Amazon was really a store, there'd be like a giant warehouse side of just diapers, and then like another section of like knockoff, cables and, and
and the
stuff
prices
like
would
that.
change and fluctuate as you
Yeah, and then
while
they'd
you're
have
there.
they'd have kids action figures on the other side. One would be like $50, and the other one would be like $6, and you'd have to make sure you saw the $6 one instead of buying the $50 one. No, it'd be a disaster.
Yeah, no, Amazon. You know what? Amazon doesn't need business advice from us right now. I think they're doing a okay.
Yes, many businesses probably don't need our advice, but
Well, we're here to give unsolicited.
yeah, I think I can reverse unsolicited advice that section. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to
Yeah,
ask our editor to do that. Um, and there's a dark side to all this efficiency and all of this, prime delivery day and next day delivery, whatever. There is a dark side, and this cropped up when the CEO of Powell's Books in Portland, a city near and dear to me because I visited it once when I lived in Vancouver, but it's actually a really great town. And Portland, here's the headline: Portland's Powell's Books says it must take a stand and will stop selling books through Amazon. And there's a long letter by the CEO. No, actually, it's a very quick letter. Actually, it's great. And what she said was basically, Amazon is cannibalizing the industry. It's hurting small communities, small retailers rather, in communities. And Powell's Books is an institution. It takes up a whole city block in Portland. It is actually what early Amazon, if it was a store, would probably look like. It was just books everywhere. It's beautiful. You can walk through it, get lost. You can't walk out without buying something. And it just really connects you to what it is to be a reader and to appreciate the art form. And, I get what they're saying. And I actually think there's some technical issues why they don't want to resell through Amazon through fulfillment. It's really hard to fulfill to that, prime standard. It's a real burden for small, um, retailers like Powell's. So yeah, good on them to take a stand. I hope it works out for them. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, Barrington. I don't know if you've been to Powell's Books or Portland,
No,
but
no, I used to love going to bookstores. But you know what? As I'm not in my 20s, not in my
Mhm.
teens, 20s, not in my I'm not in my teens or 20s or 30s anymore, and I have different obligations. I have different time constraints. Um, when is the last time you just sat down and read a book? Um,
It's embarrassing to answer that question.
yeah,
It's
I
embarrassing.
started keeping a book collection um, from when my son was born, and I
Mhm.
titled it every year. All I did was write down the year, the book name, and the author. Because after I am long gone, and if my kids want to connect with me through another means, they can see what I wrote, or sorry, what I read from
Mhm.
2004 up until 2020. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you, the last 6 years, 5 years has been pretty sparse and embarrassing. I'm actually starting to move books and titles around, saying, 2018 was looking a little barren. I'm going to shift it, but I just don't read books enough anymore. I love it, and I'm being completely honest. I hope they stay, and I hope they connect with community. It's just not affecting me the way that I would like it to, and
Stuff.
you know, yeah,
Stuff. Audiobooks, they come in and out, but then I get on podcast runs or I get on
yeah,
listening to my own stuff that we've been working on to make sure, it's not
to the highest quality standard.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I think how people consume this kind of content has changed dramatically. I think that's why companies like Spotify are just blowing up because people want their content in a much different format. They don't have the luxury of time to go through a store, thumb through a book, figure out if they want to read it, and then go home and sit by the window and have their cat sit in their lap and read a book. I mean, it sounds pretty idyllic. I should try it sometime. But no, we're doing 50 things at once, and I think in Toronto, for those who aren't here, we used to have things like world's biggest bookstore. I
Yeah.
don't know if it was the world's biggest bookstore, but
Hey, it
you know,
was big enough.
yeah,
It was certainly up there.
it was mostly just books. It wasn't like pillows and throws and bad art like you see at other national book chains. It was books
Yeah.
and maybe a few audiobooks on CD, which were like $80 a pop. It was a
You know
commitment.
what? During Corona, everyone's telling you, like, don't go out, be socially
Mhm.
distant, don't go around touching and thumbing through books. Like,
Yeah.
could you imagine doing that now? And the amount of hand sanitizer that you're putting on, and everyone keeps thumbing the same stuff. The rabbit hole we're going down. So
Wow. That sound spirit of Halloween.
it carries forward. Uh,
Wow. I
but
didn't
yeah,
even
you
think of
should
that.
read. Please read.
Go get a
Please,
Kobo and read while you listen to this,
yeah.
and you'll get smart somehow.
Maybe we'll transcribe it and put it in our
Yeah.
book.
All right. Well, good on you, Pals Books. Let's transition. So, in case you haven't watched this program before or listened to it, we'd like to use it's a bit of a crutch. It's called a lazy headline. So, what we do is we take a headline that we've read in the media and we try to kind of dissect what it's all about so that next time we hang out together, I can kind of tell you, or you can tell someone. You've heard it from us. You can tell someone else about the information you gained by listening to this podcast. And look, we're serious that I think the headlines, we put some thought into them, and then
Yeah, we did.
we don't have time, like we just mentioned, to be able to read the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Um, but the first one this week was, we're not going to dwell on this. This is more of like a go Google search it and then watch the video and then hit us in the comments and tell us your reaction.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get into some future stuff here. Can you handle it? Elon
Every,
Musk. Go ahead.
everybody who said they knew what was going to happen 5 years ago was wrong, by the way.
Oh my God. Yes.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? In 2015, everyone was wrong. Every single person. Okay, sorry. I just had to
No,
get
it's
that off
okay.
my
Well,
chest.
we're going to dip into that a bit. That's like Kurzweil stuff. Okay. Elon Musk trots out pigs in demo of Neuralink brain implants. We did talk about this a little bit last week about nanobots. But I got to read like the strap or the subheading here. The device design has changed since last year.
You know what? Just look up the headline, man. Tell us.
What were they working on a year ago if it wasn't pigs? Like, good on Elon. I'm a little concerned. This is my only thing with Elon. I'll say this: he's amazing. I'll throw up the picture. You know the picture. He's working on a lot of big time stuff right now.
Really, really big.
He's sending rockets. He's electrifying the whole automotive industry. He's setting up solar panels. Oh, by the way, he's really good at playing video games, and he's putting implanted chips into pigs and hopefully people to cure spinal injuries.
Yes.
How much can you put on your plate? I have a hard time. Like,
He's making the future now, man. Like,
does he have help?
It's amazing. Like he thinks of it, and then he does it.
That's yes. That is
It's
a
just
philosophy I try to live by. Yeah.
no, but I mean, like, hey, I wanna lose weight, and I'm gonna run or eat right.
Yeah.
I don't know, go to bed early and try and get 8 hours. Like he's designing a bed that will run and eat for you, that you can do all of those things. Like, yeah, big fan. But
I'm going to be gobsmacked when 20 years or 30 or 40 years from now, his kids write memoirs and they're like, yeah, Elon was also the best dad ever. He's got several kids. If he pulls that feat off, my life will feel like I didn't accomplish everything that I could have.
Be very, very empty, like the Halloween store on November 1st. Just tying it all back in.
Yep. The spirit is strong with you,
Oh,
Barrington.
the spirit is strong.
Okay, so back on the theme of technology and the future and what you didn't know 5 years ago. These anti-procrastination smart glasses use AI to monitor what you look at all day. This is like an Indiegogo campaign. I did very little research on this one. So I guess you can wear glasses that basically log what you're looking at. This seems like all sorts of terrible, but is there a silver lining here, Barrington?
No,
Okay.
there's none. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. No.
It's the anti-beg to differ. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to see how the sausage is made? Like, do you want to? No. No.
Do you want to
The
see me
material.
crushing spreadsheets all day? Like, seriously, it's not.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No. I mean, if there's filters on it, maybe.
Yeah.
But I know for me, I'd like to have control over those filters, not.
This goes back to Google Glass, which last time I checked, no one's wearing it.
People should be, and that was a great idea.
I think it was a good idea, but I think there's some execution issues, and more so, I already have a problem. I'm not to judge, but people who wear the permanent headset in their ear like all the time, the glasses just seems like an extra obnoxious way of like, are you talking to me? Are you looking at me? What do you? What sports scores are you checking while I'm actually trying to have a conversation with another human being? That's the kind of like place where I'm at with this. A chip in your head, dude. You could be like surfing the internet, talking to me. I wouldn't know, right?
No, I really thought Google Glasses would take off. I still am not sure. Maybe somebody can hit us up and explain why they haven't, but I definitely would be checking a lot of sports scores. Now, tying the Google Glasses with the anti-procrastination glasses, and there could just be a big explosion happening.
Yeah, a combination of technology ideas. That's you might be onto something. Or and back to the sports scores. Why don't I follow the same advice I give my own child who's really into sports? The score will be up in the morning. Why do you have to check something that's going to be finite, a few hours from now and stress out about it? Just wake up tomorrow. It'll be done.
Yeah, well, I'm with your kid. If I can find out, I want to find out.
Yeah, dopamine is awesome. Okay, next technical technology headline. Pilots report mysterious man with jetpack flying near planes. Why aren't we all why don't we all have jetpacks right now?
We're supposed to have jetpacks in 2020. Everyone is supposed to have jetpacks. We saw the demos of people doing it over the lake, and you're like, that is the coolest thing ever. I need it. The
That
real
hydro
mystery.
thing on the lake is such a tease that like
Oh,
shooting water. That's not even a jetpack. Get out of here.
yeah. I want the real mystery is why is there only one person with a jetpack? That's the
I
real mystery. There should be tons. Should be lots.
We were raised on Jetsons. This is
Yeah.
BS. Yeah. I'm disappointed that in 2020 with everything that's gone on, the least we could have had was jetpacks.
That's
And
all we ask.
instead,
A little
that's all
3,
right.
4 feeder. That's all.
Just let me float.
Elon, if you're listening and watching, that's what we want. Forget the neural implants and the
Yeah.
saving humanity. Can we just get us some jetpacks?
He's trying to get us off the planet that we're destroying and curing people with spinal injuries. Can I not just float around?
Just want to float around, man.
Float my ass over to Walmart.
If somebody sends me a jetpack, I swear I will do this show this high off the ground in a jetpack.
While wearing a burkini. Okay.
While wearing
All
a
right.
bikini.
As you may know, Barrington and I are both huge consumers and fans of food. And that's not a
Love it.
judgment on anyone's physical appearance. Nope.
Nope. Hey, it's great.
Food is what sustains us through life. That's a very base comment, but you kind of need it, so you might as well enjoy it. You might as well indulge a little while. I've seen too many examples recently in my life where, there's no reason not to enjoy food. Let me just say that. So, but there are some puzzling food concepts being thrown our way as consumers, and there's some challenging some deep-rooted assumptions about how the food industry is working that I need to unpack right now through some what I would call fast food lazy headlines. So if you thought lazy headlines were
lazy, you thought lazy headlines were lazy, wait till you add fast food.
You ain't seen nothing yet. This is like in and out, and you're still hungry like 20 minutes later. This is going to leave you completely wasted on nutrition. You're going to need more, but this is just your warning. You can check out now. See you later. Yep.
Get a snack and come back. Whatever.
Pause. But please come back. Okay. So Kraft Mac and Cheese is now a breakfast food, apparently. That's actually a headline. That's a headline. That's a headline.
James, are you feeding Kraft Mac and Cheese to your kids for breakfast?
I fed them a lot of junk, but
I fed them a lot of junk, but I am not.
Draw the line there.
No, that's and it's true. So a little bit beyond the lazy headline, because sometimes when you dig into the headline, you'll find some business concepts.
Yes.
For those who don't know, Kraft is actually up 9% during the pandemic, and
staple brands are killing it right now.
Yeah. So apparently that's not enough, and they are adding the word breakfast. So on the package, on the iconic blue package, they're adding the word breakfast. So they are encouraging or letting you know that it's not just for dinner, which is the word that appears on the box. It is also for breakfast.
Wait, are we talking about this is Kraft dinner? Like Kraft you got to boil the
mac and cheese. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I thought they were like sort of like making a sugary cheese sort of thing going on here. No, this is like literally just like boil. Okay. Well, I mean, if you're going to boil oatmeal, like, come on, parents, you can just do
boil some carbs, man. Add some orange powder. And I'm not knocking mac and cheese. I love it. I love it with hot dogs. I don't add ketchup to it, and I don't know who does or why. It's not my thing. But
the ketchup thing's a fraud. Someone started that as a joke.
I don't do it. People do, and there's a large contingent out there. In fact, I think I might live with one or two that do it.
Wait, is it a cultural thing, or is it just?
I honestly turned a blind eye to it. I don't look.
My God,
I don't look.
My child, if he did that, would like, I'm going to sit down and talk.
Of course, after breakfast.
Yeah.
Mac.
Wow. Your day started real good there, eh, son?
Oh, my God.
All right.
That's fine.
Good thing we have a sports tournament today. You're
going
to be ready. Tons of carbs.
But it's an actual headline. So
We don't make these headlines up. That's the funny thing.
We can't.
Okay, this is when I'm really challenged by not. This is preconceived notions. Don't, folks. Here's just some advice. Don't get anchored in what you believe is the truth. Sometimes you'll have to go out there and see the light and realize that what you thought was the truth was just wrong. And in this case, Wendy's is eating McDonald's breakfast. And the reason I'm having a hard time with this one is I didn't realize Wendy's had breakfast. I would have been neck deep in that. I love Wendy's. Okay, I love Wendy's products. I didn't know they had breakfast. I feel like I've lost years of my life in enjoyment without Wendy's breakfast.
I order the same thing from Wendy's every single time. It is a double bacon cheeseburger with fries and lemonade, pink or regular. That's my order.
One of the few fast food joints, maybe the only, that is not revoltingly implemented mushrooms into their menu.
Is Wendy's? They have the Baconator, right?
They got the mushroom melt.
Oh,
jalapenos.
Wendy's is great. Okay, so Wendy's is great, but the all-time reigning supreme champion king of breakfast sandwiches is the sausage and egg McMuffin from McDonald's.
Oh, it's the king. It's
It
the king. If there was a
it is
like
the king,
tournament,
queen, prince, princess. It is everything. It hasn't changed when it's done properly. When obviously, because it can be overcooked and whatever the egg McMuffin.
The over toasting of the bun is the biggest
killer.
Crucial mistake.
Yeah, that's a rookie move, and you can just send it back, say, and they'll make you a new one. The pro move is to add bacon to your sausage and egg McMuffin. But
these are the tips you need. Yeah.
These are life tips. But that sandwich alone, there's no reason Wendy's should even be in the race. Wendy's should not even be putting on its breakfast running shoes to run this race because McDonald's is doing laps backwards, but apparently not.
Times are changing. Times have changed. Times are changing. Sorry, I just can't help. I'm stuck like in the middle of like history right now. It's tough. I'm like
we are in it, James. It's September. My kids,
Halloween's just around the corner.
My kids came home for March break. They're still here.
Yeah.
Like
it's the longest March break ever. There you go.
It is. It's
story writes itself. Maybe when you consider all the things we talked about this week, one thing that we caught as a headline, this is totally just cultural, but maybe just a sign of the world we're living in, was poor Adele, the great singer, was skewered by many people on social media for what's called cultural appropriation. And seemed to me that it was a little unfair, but we have a resident expert, because what had happened was she was wearing and displaying a hairstyle native to our friends in Jamaica. And we just so happened to be co-hosting a show with someone here, Barrington Miller, who's from Jamaica. So do the people need to really worry about this?
No.
Okay, done. All right, on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Now on a more serious note.
No, I'm sure people will skewer, but again, that's the one thing. The opinions expressed on the show do not necessarily reflect those of my co-host or those of the Canadian Securities Exchange or CNSX Markets Inc.
Absolutely not. This is fully independently thought out and presented. But yes.
There are bigger things in the world, bigger problems than going to a festival, and so a festival that is celebrating. You know what? I don't.
If you came to Canada, here, let me put it to you from my terms. We want people to come to Canada when they can. Grow a mullet, put on a flannel shirt. We can go listen to some Tragically Hip. We can chill out in my backyard. I don't care where you're from. You're welcome. Come and enjoy our culture and participate in it. And we're all one big global family, right?
Yeah. And you know what, Adele? Rock it. Just rock it.
Just rock it.
do
You've
what you
earned it.
want. You know,
Yeah.
I yeah, bigger things, bigger
Bigger
things.
things.
So
One of those bigger things this week that we need to talk about, and I hate to bring it up, but was the passing of Chadwick Boseman, the actor. And I I
got
can't
to.
help. Got to wrap the Black Panther, the black shirts. It wasn't by mistake.
He is the
Um,
king.
I need to just know from you, Barrington, what that meant to you, that movie, and what
Oh,
he did. And
so much. Oh,
mhm,
I got goosebumps.
yeah,
And it wasn't so much me, it's for my children, for my son. Um, I grew up obviously in a different time, and he had a very limited selection of those you could look up to, and it was always very few and far between, and always in a supporting role. Like they want to go A team, and it's always B.A. Baracus, or um, that's just the first one that came to mind because again, the show is is very unscripted.
mhm,
But now you were seeing a not just one person, but you're seeing tons of people that look like me, that look like my son, and it's done in a positive way and an authentic way, and it's giving cultural nods, and it's just uh, the music, the part of the story arc of one of the, if not the greatest movie franchise ever, and we can
mhm.
talk about that. Um, yeah, all of it. It just it hurt. It hurt. I was sad. My son was sad. I helped my daughter write a paper for school on it.
Mhm.
It was a little too deep for her grade 6 presentation,
Right.
but yeah, we went there, and I'm please,
Black Panther was a cultural touchstone.
yeah, don't recast him. Don't do any of that.
Let
Follow
it
the
breathe.
story arc in the comic. And if you don't know the story arc, look it up. Um, all I'm saying is there is a female who
Hmm.
who can and will take over. But
A lot of strong females in the Black Panther universe, and no
yeah,
reason to not do that. Yeah, no, it was a very dignified way he went about his business, Chadwick. No one knew uh, publicly that he had this cancer, and he just kept rocking these movies and
yeah,
doing things like going to hospitals and talking to children that were terminally ill,
yep,
and he just put himself out there, and yeah, just a movie role that it doesn't just resonate with the kids of color. I got one of those costumes for my son, and
yeah.
you know what, man, he's the Black Panther this Halloween, no doubt. So,
And I love it. I love it.
mhm,
And this is unrelated, and I don't know why I just remember this.
mhm,
When I was in grade 4 or 5, my next door neighbor, the daughter, the girl, she was one grade below,
mhm,
and I remember she had a black Cabbage Patch Kid, and she was white, or I think she might have been Irish. Um, and you, I was looking at her like, hey, why do you have a black Cabbage Patch? And she's like, I have a Cabbage Patch, and I was like, oh yeah, why not? Like, why was it a big deal? Why did I make it a big deal? She wasn't making it a big deal, and I love seeing when, especially with kids, because they're so just friggin' innocent,
mhm.
and I love seeing it where it's like you got this little blonde hair, blue eyed kid going, "I'm Black Panther, Wakanda forever," and
Yeah.
I just swells up, going, "Yeah, it's so not about just the outside; it's what's inside." And
The spirit of Wakanda is what lives on.
yeah,
Let's put it that way.
so
It's about people working together for the greater good, and yeah, we'll one day we'll have a deeper thought on it. But yeah, rest in peace, Chadwick. Gone but not forgotten. New segment,
yeah,
and yeah, we really respect what you did. So let's end on that note. We did tape an interview this week. We interviewed our friend Jason Paltrowitz from OTC Markets, and Jason is a dear friend of ours who's been holed up in Manhattan basically since the whole COVID pandemic started, and he's got a great story to tell, and he's got a lot of thoughts on the market. So If you want to do the deeper dive this week, absolutely. Just we'll put up as a video here at the end. And yeah, thanks again for watching. As we started with the show, thank you for your support, and thank you for giving us the thumbs up or the subscribing. Like I said, we're going to be here every Thursday. So yeah, all the best to you, Barrington.
Thanks. Please enjoy September. It's off to, like I said, it's a freaky moon start. So just stay safe. Good luck to all the students who are going back, the students who aren't going back, the teachers, the bus drivers, the just everybody. We're in for a weird one over the next couple weeks. So,
and it's never too early to go get your Halloween costume. So, all right.
Take
care. Wakanda forever.
Yes.